Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome to another video. Wanted to do some updates from the last video. I've looked at your comments and some people have made some really interesting suggestions for the channel, and I'm really grateful to you for supporting me with that. So I'm going to definitely be taking some of those on board, especially the one about the two about separating what I do with the healing and the like the life coaching bit, the healing and the tarot card readings. I'm going to split that all up. I have other channels that I let go, so I'm going to reactivate the tarot channel one and the healing one as well. So I'll put some links into the for them into the description, so you can if whichever one takes your fancy, or if you like both, please subscribe, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm going to keep this one for talking about what happens to me, because I just have so many strange things that happen to me, any channeled messages that I get, and I don't, I know some people have left because I'm not doing the political messages. That's because I'm not getting any at the moment. There doesn't seem to be anything they want to give me. I haven't had any visitations from anyone political or that's deceased or anything like that, or world stuff. It's been very much about proving that there are other worlds out there, there are other dimensions, and yeah, that Narnia exists behind my wardrobe here at the bottom of my room, and it does exist. So the other one, thank you, Tony, telling me about I should be a bit more sensationalist, and that hence the title. I'm going to do that because I noticed the last video that I put on there to talk about all of this and get all of my frustrations about, other people putting chosen ones on their channels and this, that and the other, and hyping them up and actually getting somewhere and getting their channel to grow. And I put on, we need to talk is at the end, and my views went way up and all sorts of things. So it just shows you it's a shame, because never mind, people are like that. Some people like doom, gloom and despair and sensationalism. So okay, you want me to walk around like someone with a placard on the front and the back saying the world is at an end? Well, that's what I'll have to do to get through the message that really needs to come out. So be it, YouTube, if that's what you prefer, that's what we'll do. Okay, but there is so much more to the messages I'm being given. So if you want to hold on, there will be more political messages. I have no doubt there'll be all sorts come. But at the moment, I'm still grieving. And I think once the funeral, my mum's funeral, that will be over on the 19th, on, Friday, then maybe things will change again. But at the minute, I'm very angry at spirit anyway. So they are keeping their distance a little bit. So yeah, I will explain. I'm always angry at them for something. They are very odd with me. This queen business. I wish I felt like a queen. I do not, and I never have done. So anyway, enough of the grouchiness and the crap, basically. Okay, so I actually went out today. I had a bit of a break. As you can tell, I've had my hair cut. And yes, my eyebrows look, I should tinted them a little bit darker than normal. So it looks a bit odd, but we'll go with it. New clothes, new everything. So, and nails done at last. So yes, I feel better and ready to face the world a bit more now. So yeah, I want to talk about all of the hauntings that have been going on. Yeah, hence the title. What it's like to be haunted by someone, especially as a psychic medium. Now, as you know, was estranged from my mother, and haven't spoken to her since 2017. And it's happened before, but we never got into contact again. It never the twain shall meet, as my main guide, who has been thrown out at the moment, likes to say. He thinks he can sneak back in, but no. He gets so far and then he gets thrown out because he's a traitor right now. He allowed my mother to come into my energy after her death. So, anyway, so for those of you who don't know, didn't speak to her. She died on the 28th of April, and my creep of a brother has done his utmost to keep me out of funeral arrangements, has kept my name off the death notice as a surviving eldest child and daughter, and in favour of his, I'm going to be polite, devious sister-in-law, wife, and my lackluster father, who was absent, quite frankly. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. Never have done. And my, my brother's 2 children, but left off my child. So her first grandchild, which I'm fuming about, and I want people to know about it, so he gets to know about it, and he won't be getting away with it. But anyway, I've got to give you a bit of background if you sensationalism, a little bit of background to it, because this is where it gets interesting. So I haven't seen her, I haven't talked to her, nothing since 2017. So she dies and she turns up here and she's around a lot. And it, at first there was a lot of anger that I wanted her to hear about, which she did. She keeps coming in. She tried to get into certain rooms and I could see my lot push her out. But she first showed herself. I talked on a video with when I went to the park with a blackbird, which I remember she used to look after a blackbird. Something happened with a blackbird once. She nursed it back to health, but it had one leg or something like that, and she called it Hopalong, and it came into the garden after she'd let it go, looked after, and it was always there. And that was the first thing when she died that I saw, and it reminded me of that, and that was to show that she was around. So she doesn't leave much. She's making over lost time. There's no discussion of what happened or apologies or anything, and I'm not going to even go there. Okay, no. So because never the twin shall meet with that, but she has been around an awful lot. I've heard things, I've been when I was walking in the park, it was I wasn't sure at first because I didn't trust myself. Even as a psychic medium, I thought you're just coming up with that in your head because that's what you want to hear. Like, are you still wearing that jacket I saw her? Or, that's too expensive in the shop. Well, that's way too expensive. So, so it's gone out like that. Now, I want you to take note of my appearance because you'll notice a change. Colours are paler. The lipstick's changed. Okay? Because I suddenly realised today when I was out shopping that I was being guided to certain things, and then I heard full blown in my head, that will make a nice set with that, and that will work with that, so you should get that. And that's what she always used to do. She used to advise me on clothes and things like that, because she had a great eye for stuff like that. Interior design, the works. And I suddenly realised, yeah, she's right. And I knew it was her, and she was talking to me. So she was actually shopping with me, which is something we used to do. I used to do with my grandmother and her, and myself. The three of us used to go, and then my grandmother died. It was me and my mum. Then she got too ill and she couldn't go for years. So they were happy times. But, and I knew as I was walking around the shop, I thought, who doesn't like the red lipstick? I always hated bright lipstick like that. Hated it. So, yeah, I've just suddenly changed. No doubt she would have been in the hairdressers with me as well, watching whatever they did, because she used to be a hairdresser. And I used to go home and it was, You know, I've been to another hairdresser's because I wanted, you know, to get my own style and what have you. And, you know, when I was young. And she used to say, oh, it's been cut with a knife and fork, and she didn't like it. So yeah, these are all things that have happened. I've been surprised. But last night, there have been so many things move in the kitchen. Probably because we didn't do the dishes last night. So dishes were moving, all sorts of things. My son woke up. I don't know if he'd been finishing off essays for his MA, so he's been very stressed out, and he was under some deadlines, and he woke up and he says it was like a giant orb thing, and he swore he could see my mother's face in it. Now that's how I've seen spirit when I've gone to see people like Tony Stockwell, who's a big medium in the UK here, and well, no, it's mostly Tony Stockwell I've seen. It's fantastic to watch as a medium because I can see him standing on stage, and then I see all these orbs with big faces, and then I see all spirit lining up against the wall, shadows of them, and then I actually physically see them walking across the stage, and when it's their turn to speak to them, they just rush at him and go inside him. It is wild, and that's what happens to me. I know because I can see them over my face. That's how they do it. That's how they communicate. So I know my son is definitely coming online with things. And you've got to remember, she hasn't seen him since he became Evan, rather than my daughter, and she hasn't seen him, nothing. So but she's been around him. Definitely I've seen her sitting. I keep seeing her face very clearly in my mind, occasional outline, and it is the wildest thing. It's like being haunted, but it's very odd. I can say now, so she must be in the room somewhere. And I know my great grandmother is around me as well, lending strength. Somebody picked that out for me. So it's definitely a family affair at the moment. My face does look very different. I wonder, I've got spirit on it. I don't know if you see anybody. So anyway, last night, and then she loved watching movies, and this is where it gets, well, it gets odd for me, but I do, when I sit and watch the TV, I know this lot the shadow men who are around me, they sit and watch the TV with me. And my guide will often say to me, my main one, what's this? What are you watching this for? What, you know? I know the heating's just come on, but I did hear something there. Anyway, so I suddenly she wants to watch this movie, which I'd watched just recently, and it's the and I absolutely love it because it reminds me of me and what goes on with me and what I see, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. But see, everywhere, everything, all at once, right? And I love those. I love all the people in it. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And I watched it, and of course I watched it and I thought, the heart of this is a mother-daughter relationship, which is kind of weird. Now, I don't know if you've seen The Money, so shut your ears if you want to, don't want to hear spoilers, but there's a bit where Michelle Yeoh, who I think is fantastic, she grabs a hold of the daughter and says, I am your mother. And when that happened, the TV just went off like that. And then this, it was like a statue of Mary, you know, Jesus, Mary, just appeared on one side, and it was like an outline of it on one side of the TV. The TV had gone off completely. My son had fallen asleep on the chair, and I, what's just happened? Oh my God! And he had to put it back on. He woke up and he saw it was all off. There was no reason for that TV to go off. No reason at all. Just went everything went boom, boom, off. And that image appeared. So that was just like freaky. I've been having strange dreams, but not about her, but a lot of odd things. I woke up this morning, you know, I get visitors that come in and out all the time. And I woke up and there was it's almost like something to do with, my dream was about missing persons. Now, I know people have wanted me to help out with missing persons, and I would love to do that. I would love to help, you know, do that. I wasn't very confident at first, but I could definitely do that. I'd be very interested in doing that. And there was a picture of somebody in my mind. I was shown, I always leave my door, but I never sleep with my door locked because I need to see what's going on. And it's really weird because I can see under the door for the bathroom, and I've seen shadow figures going up. Freaked me out when I first came in. And it's them because they're stationed everywhere. If you want to know more, watch my playlist. They're stationed everywhere. They're in here now. They're very, very quiet because they know I've just been fuming at them. And because I worked out, I've been having trouble in my life, real trouble in my life since 2007. It's never stopped. And they need to just back off on, you know, actually get me to where I'm supposed to be instead of wasting my time here. I get very frustrated. Aries, come on, move it. Why am you wasting my time here? I'm getting on now. I need to move. So that was very strange. But look, yeah, sorry. Oh, you know I always lose my train of thought. So I'm lying on the bed here, and I woke up and I had this dream about missing persons, trying to find missing persons, and going into strange places and seeing shadow figures. Now, I know I've had spirits go into my dreams. No doubt about that. I've actually suddenly stopped the dream and gone, who are you? Yeah, they don't care. They get thrown out, but sometimes they can't keep them at bay. They've shown me how many there are, and it's very difficult for them to keep them pressed back. So I'm lying here, and in my mind I can see this photograph. It's been stuck to the wall in the hall out there of this Asian guy, and I know he's missing, and I didn't know what they wanted me to do. I suddenly asked, can I help? Nothing. So maybe, I don't know, somebody knows something about that, or I don't know. I just want to mention it. So yeah, very odd. Lots of bangs, things moving. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And the other thing, I'm going to just sit and talk about these things more and more because I want people to realise that the spirits are around you. Your family come in and out. Your ancestors, or whatever you want to call them, are in and out. I've had to ask for my father-in-law. When I was married, he died, and he comes in and out. I have to say, can you just leave me alone? He comes in to see my son, of course, as well. But I know he helps me out with money because he used to be a bank manager for Barclays. So anyway, so you can call on, your deceased family if there were anything like, they did things like that, and they can help you out. They will come in. They're always eager to come in and have a nose anyway and help you out. So yeah, had that. I was in the shop today, and I needed some eye cream to top up on my creams, and I was and ahhing, and I thought, no, I'll go and get this other one. And I just heard my main guide, who's been quite quiet because I'm still fuming. I'm almost angry at him. He's cocky individual and needs to slap him down occasionally. And I'm sorry if you think spirit are nicey and this, that, and the other. This is not the channel for you, because this is, you speak as you find. This is what I find, that it can be very annoying pushy and shoving, and they are my lot of military. So yeah, they tend to try to run me like clockwork. Anyway, and this is the man who said he was there have been mafia in a previous life. They have 1920s. Last time I was on the planet, 1926. 1920s, and the first medium I went to helped me, you know, get online, if you like. She said, oh, he was always in control. I can see you dancing in the 1920s. I thought, oh God. And she says, I've completely forgotten what I was going. I can tell you that. Oh, yes. It just says, oh, he calls you his doll. You're his doll. When I get very angry, I mean, I remember raising an eyebrow at that. I got very annoyed once, and I said to him, "You've broken a dolly." So yeah, that's how it is for me. It may be nicey for you, but it's not for me. So it's very hard sometimes, but yeah, so I'm out there trying to, this is normal for me, shopping, okay? So I'm deciding to get this. Oh no, I'll go and get this other one. And I just said, you know, that's wrong for you. It's too rich. You know which ones you like. You know which ones you should be having. And I thought, oh. And all of a sudden my arm went up like that, and I got dragged back to the other creams, and I got them. I thought, that's how it is for me. Haunted in all manners of speaking. So haunted by the past, haunted by grief. Oh yeah. And when we're out, we saw a hearse and car and everything. Now, if you see one of them, that means massive change coming into your life, transformation, the death of the old, rebirth, the new coming in, the new journey. Same with removal vans. If you see a lot of them, I've discovered that usually means things are being taken out of your life. You have to leave some things behind. Things need removing. So it can be a bit traumatic at times, which is what's going on for me at the moment. So if I'm telling you, maybe that's coming into your life. But it's all for the good. They tell you that, but it doesn't feel like it at the time, I have to say. 2007. And I can pinpoint the night it all started as well. I was in Masai Mara, and I suddenly realised that I needed to leave my husband because he was a beep, 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 beep. Because he did something to me when I was sitting in governor's camp in a splendiferous dining room where there was a large tent, if you know about governor's camp in Kenya, and with chandeliers and everything. They're keeping fires outside, you know, to keep the hippopotamus away and everything. And this guy came round, and he wanted us to go in a hot air balloon. And I had my child who was 7 years old at the time, and I basically said, no, I don't want to do that. I felt I was always pushed and bullied into doing things. He was a bit of a control freak. And the guy who came round was a bit of a pain in the neck, an English guy, and he said about going in a hot air balloon for the trip. He was getting names scored down, and my ex-husband wanted to do that, and I wasn't keen, but to keep the peace, I said I would do that. Then they said that when you land, the basket tips over and you get dragged. And I thought, there is no way I'm doing that, or I'm allowing my 7-year-old child to go through that. So I told him, and the man turned around to me and said, well, I think you're a bit of a wimp. And my husband didn't say a word. And I got really, I couldn't get annoyed because I was too hurt, and I didn't have a voice very much then. And then I challenged my husband after it, and he says, well, quite frankly, I agreed with him. And I knew right there and then that was the final straw. And it took me to 2017 before I could leave him. And I went through hell, absolute hell. And I'm still going through it until I get to where Spirit are supposedly leading me to. But, you know, I think they forgot the map, quite frankly. So, sorry, but it feels like that at times. Somebody's forgotten the map, forgotten the destination. And, yeah, so, haunted. And yeah, what else has been happening? Oh, here, Narnia at the bottom here. You know, I've told you I see into these other realms. Well, I think I touched on it a bit in the last video. But since all of this has happened and I felt angry at my guide, the only way I can describe him as a guardian angel has come in, and he's military and he is a paratrooper. And I swear he, because he shows me a kilt on the bottom half at times, and I swear he must have been in the Scots Guard, something like that. And he came and saluted me and stood to attention. Now, the other one who came in is a submariner, full ratings guy with gun. And he's immaculate. He's so polished and very like this. And they came and stood beside me. And they keep everyone off at the minute. And they were there in the shop and wherever, and if things get too much, they just show me that they're there. And my Maasai warrior guy, all these people, he wears bright orange though, so he's not technically Maasai, I don't think, but he wears bright orange. He's wonderful, and he's around me, and there are others I know as well. But so I'm lying in bed because I usually have a rest because of my fits and things. And I could see down the bottom here. And I could see all these images on the wall as well. And I saw, did you hear that? That's not the heating. That's sound is the heating, which my son's put on because he says it's cold. It's getting warmer, but it's still a bit. And yeah, let's get back to it. I can see I don't know what was tapping, but I see when I do a meditation, it's almost like I am traveling very fast somewhere, and all of a sudden it clears and I can see on either side of this like tunnel I'm going through, it's a street somewhere, and I can be going like that, and then the next minute I'll just stop, go up, go down, spin round, or go back the other way, or do this for a bit. This is the only way I can describe it. Normally I say it in my mind, and then I looked at the wall and I could see the whole thing happening on the wall, like an image on the wall. I see images floating around. If you're new here, physically see spirit, hear them, the works. Yeah. I told them off for whispering the other day because I could hear that. And oh yeah, so I'm lying there saying that, and then I drifted off. I was listening to ASMR, and I half opened my eyes, and there is a bloke. Yeah, he's there now, on his knees, here, full colour, full apparition, right here, kneeling down. That's creepy. I don't know what they were doing, because they check everywhere. They're always, when I see them, they're always doing this. They're always looking up. They're doing it now. There's one there doing it. So that went on. But Narnia here. So I've talked about people standing in the field and all the other people I see. There's thousands, millions. Oh my goodness, it gives me a headache thinking about them from all different time zones. Well, I could see down into there, and then images floating around. 18th century, I mean, a full, whack men with their hair back with a bow in, wandering around talking this beautiful castle somewhere. I'm really hoping that's where I come from because it looks lovely. And I could see Prince Philip. I kept seeing images of the Queen, but Prince Philip wandering around full dress uniform, others in dress uniform. I've talked about the royalty and all the important people I see. All of these people. And then I saw this image of the paratrooper guy walking somewhere, full dress. And it just goes on and on. I don't know where I'm looking into. Am I looking into another dimension? Am I looking into a version of heaven? Where am I saying? The only thing that's acceptable is Narnia, because it's right next to my cupboard. Now, I can vaguely see it now. I can see people. There's a little picture there, and there are people in it, and they're wondering, right? I think they're watching what I'm doing. And sometimes it comes closer, but it's on the wall. And this time, I've seen a beach on there. I've seen the water coming in and out. And it's like a shadow, but in my mind, it's like the full-blown image. And but I've noticed that when I see the images now, they used to be all black and white. I'm getting colour now, so I know I'm going up levels, and I'm hearing them a bit more. But all of a sudden, I could see this big weave, and I thought, oh, so it's going to come in here. It's like Mr. Ben adventure, this big wave coming towards me, and I thought, oh. And then this little surfer, and I thought they want me to surf this wave of emotion. And it was come right down to the bit. It's fantastic. It's Narnia. It's amazing. I haven't seen Mr. Tumnus yet, but there's still time. I don't know. And it's right behind. I haven't got this place, the bit where to put the wardrobe. That is a wardrobe there. Okay, but I need more. Because it's got other things in there as well. But I have like an open one. I'm not showing you because it's always there. I've tidied it up a bit today, but no. It's not like it should be. And it's behind there and at the top of it. So that's why I call it Narnia. And it's just, where is it? I've seen somebody, the only other person I've seen on a ghost program, a hauntings program, said that when she was little, she used to open a window at night and she could see into this other place and this other realm. She called it heaven. So I don't know. So it makes me wonder, am I projecting myself into this? Is that what we are all doing? And is that the reality? And this is the Matrix and the falsity. I don't know why I wanted to say it like that. And we project ourselves in here like little avatars. I don't know. It's worth thinking about, because that is getting stronger and stronger for me. And I mean, part of me thinks, does this mean I'm going to leave the planet soon or something? But I'm assured not. But I've been told that by the time I do leave, I won't feel like I'm here. I already don't feel like I'm But so I just wanted to talk, about different types of hauntings. It can be from yourself as well. Your past self can haunt you. I've heard of people who've had their past or future self come and visit them. They've seen them walk towards them. I remember having a meditation in the last place I was in, and somebody came and sat on the bed, and I realised it was my younger self. And she was smiling and she was happy, which wasn't always the case for me because I'm just one of those people. But it's really odd. I wonder what would happen if I looked at this wall. What are you showing me? They're showing me a treasure chest and they're opening it up. Treasure, mermaid's treasure, just said. And just said Narnia awaits you. Great, so am I going early, am I? Just awaits you. They're waiting for some sort of command from me, and I mean, what is the command I'm supposed to give? When you're ready to go forward, we will follow you. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Be interesting for your thoughts on that. As I say, I'm going to swap all these things around, with the tarot, because some people like the tarot, some people don't. I do it because Well, when I do it, I just use the tarot as a illustration of the message that I'm getting, and I want to be able to help people. So I'll do the angel messages on the. I'm going to change the names of these channels before I put this out to you. But I think I've got some subscribers on there already. But if you want to follow, I'll do the tarot, angel messages, things like that. The healing will be on another channel with the life coaching, because I offer the new thing is life coaching from a spiritual point of view, from a business point of view. If you want any help finding someone or anything like that, which completely do for free, that's wow. I really want to help. Yeah, that's why I got frustrated on the last video. I just want to help. I want to be making a difference to people. So I don't know why I've had to tell you this time. Maybe somebody knows something about that guy, Asian guy who's missing. I'm getting he's 35. 35 is all I need to say, apparently. So yeah, let me know. And we're talking somebody who look Korean or Chinese. I'm being told he's Chinese, so Debuchi. Still learning Chinese. Mandarin. trying. So yeah, let me know, leave a comment if you know who this person is, because I'm ready to help in whatever capacity I can, you know, psychically wise. And yeah, life coaching. Join the channel, this channel, for extra perks. Watch the videos ad free. And what else? Readings, angel life path readings. I do all sorts of different readings. Yeah, I do healing as well, my own brand of Reiki healing, which you can get distance wise. So you know, contact me if you want any of them. I have a website, you can check that out. Okay, yeah, let me know how you were haunted. What are you haunted by? A situation, a person? Have you had experiences around you? You know, have you had an estranged parent or sibling or anything like, you know, anything like that, who's turned up after death and who either wants to make amends or just right here wants to, you know, she's just looked in the camera. So yeah, okay, because it's very odd. You don't know how to handle it, and it's just a bit by bit. I've been told she will stay at the funeral, in and out, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I won't be at the funeral, obviously. So anyway, take care of yourselves. I hope that's helped someone, you know, just to, don't worry if you're having any trouble with anything like that. And I can do it my distance, because I can send this lot out to help you, and I can clear if you have anything like that around you. I can do that. I don't know why they want me to tell you all my services, but they do. So if you want help with anything that's haunting you, I can clear that. I can help you heal. I can clear if it's walking around your house. I'll just send them in. Okay, we can do it via video, whatever. Yeah, let me know. And you don't even have to get involved in it. Just let me know and I will help. Okay, take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you on the other channels and on this one again as well. Take care of yourselves. Bye.